Look, I know there's been a lot of shit talking and a lot being said right now because of what Bananas said on his podcast.
Ooh, yeah.
And then that being followed by the information of CBS canceling Big Brother, was it Celebrity? Reindeer Games.
And Celebrity, whatever it's called. Celebrity and then something.
MTV shutting down all their other alternate channels, including across the globe, except for here in the U.S. And then earlier this week, we got news that Ridiculousness
got canceled
after 40 seasons or whatever. But
10 years and 46 seasons.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, some crazy shit like that. So shit's getting wild out there.
Yeah. So when we were jokingly saying if there is a 42, now you know why we were saying this shit. Yeah. Like there's been rumors of this for a while. So
you got Mark posting this on Twitter's, asking everybody's opinion, asking everybody to retweet and share. And people are worried about it. You even got new threats out there posting about this. Blue was posting about it on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's coming from a new threat being like, I'm in now. I want to come back. What the fuck?
Exactly. And that's the crazy part is like, could you imagine being like one of those new people who like really wants to come back and just doesn't look, because that's the other thing is like, there's so many things. And even on top of like what Rick just said, like 42 is still not in contract with anybody. All-Star 6 has been like, semi quote unquote casted and for a while now and greenlit for a while. We're talking like 6 months, but they still haven't even left to start filming. And 41 is going to be over in 6 weeks.
Yeah, like the rumor is late February for All-Star 6.
Yeah, which means then they're going to film for,
6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, a couple months, and then they're going to edit for a few months. So we're not looking at All-Star 6 until next summer. And there's a lot of time between November and the end of February. Like things can still change. So I don't know, man. It's a little crazy out there right now.
I've talked with everyone from super fans that run really popular Twitter pages and Instagram pages that love the challenge to challengers themselves. And it's not like I have some insight that I can really provide because I've heard a gambit of answers when people are asked my opinion and vice versa. And it ranges from, we probably have a couple years left of the challenge left, best case scenario, to we might not get another season depending on what the top brass thinks about.
Yeah.
I lean to somewhere probably in the middle that we'll get one more season. We'll get 42 at minimum.
I think we'll at least get one more season.
Yeah.
But I would personally like, I was about to say, if I was a challenge fan.
Ass.
If I was a challenge fan, I'd be worried about anything past 42. You know,
fresh start.
Fucking dunce. Yeah.
Fresh start.
Yes.
All right.
Anyway, so because I am a challenge fan, I'm worried about after 42. I'm slightly nervous about 42 itself. Mm-hmm. I'm even slightly nervous about All-Star 6 that could just,
believe more
get canceled and swept under the rug at any moment. Especially with the new recent buyout. Yeah. Just, like so many things have changed since All-Star 6 was I was going to say gaslit. Jesus, what is wrong with me tonight? Since All-Star 6 was greenlit, like a lot of things have changed. So it's always a possibility.
Is it green lit or green lighted?
Green lit? I don't know. Green lighted? I think it's green lit.
If someone has access to the Google while watching this, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know nicely.
Please.
Okay.
But no, you know what? And I'm on both sides of the fence, even with All-Star 6, because with the Paramount thing, they're going to push harder on the app. So that means All-Star 6 could really happen.
Right. The likelihood of it is good. I think it's like one of those things where it's like.
Could not.
That little thing, right?
Yeah.
That little what if?
What if the flagship after 42 is done and then all we get from then on is All-Stars?
Oh, God, that's such a watered down version to me.
Yeah, I just feel like they could potentially try something like that, but I just don't think that it would last very long.
It's less demanding on times. you get more people that are willing to do it because it's less time demanding. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there like a what if. As a fan,
I honestly don't.
It's such a niche group, though. Like, there's how many challenge fans are out there? On top of the fact that now let's cut it in half. How many of those challenge fans are really big fans of only OGs that would only want to watch them on All-Star 6? On top of that, the ones that also really want to see non-intense games as far as dailies and eliminations, because the OGs don't want to lay their bodies out like they used to, which is completely understandable.
You don't have to kill my what if like that. You know, it was a what if. It was just a toss-up. I get it.
Okay, I'm sorry to be a Debbie Downer, but I just had to do that.
I know.
But I don't know. I think I agree with you, Karina. I think we will get All-Star 6 more than likely. We'll probably get 42 after that. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
One conversation I had that I thought would probably be the other best case scenario is somehow it gets moved to CBS, or we get lucky and it goes to a whole new network or streaming service like Netflix.
I just think that the problem, yeah, I mean, it's possible. I just think that the problem exists a lot deeper and has existed for a lot longer than fans really know. Mm-hmm. And like, in my opinion, if someone like Netflix, or let's say, like Peacock or something like that, if they were going to pick up the challenge, that it would have already happened, because the challenge has been in trouble for a minute. Like, yeah, it's fair. Not been as publicly talked about before now, but the challenge has been in trouble for a minute. The views have been down. You know, the fans are constantly fucking pissed off and disappointed. You know, there's issues in production. There's issues in casting. The cast is constantly pissed off. Like, it's seriously been going down for a while. So it's like, if those were viable options for, you know, the production team to move from like MTV to CBS or Netflix or, you know, Peacock or whatever, I think it would have already been done by now. And I also am not 100% sure what all this new media group owns. Well, and it seems like very much like they are out for numbers right now. And they're out for blood to get those numbers.
And that's a curious thing, because me and you don't know by any means who owns the challenge. Is it Bunim/Murray?
Right. Exactly.
Or is it Skydance Paramount?
Yeah.
Because we know Skydance Paramount owns a network that the challenge premieres on.
Right.
But Bunim/Murray is the company that created and produces it.
Yeah.
So that makes me think that if Skydance Paramount drop it, Bunim/Murray could then try to sell the product to another network, right, or streaming service.
Right.
But that doesn't fix the issue of what you're talking about, which is the production issues. Right.
Well, and more even what I meant is like, I don't know what other streaming services, what other networks Skydance owns. So like, some of these options might not be options if Skydance owns them. They don't want them on MTV. They're not going to want them on Peacock if they, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know what all Skydance owns now. Like, so much has changed lately with that sale that I have no idea anymore.
I know that, and let me rephrase it. I don't know. I am fairly certain that Peacock, Disney, and Skydance Paramount own the three major networks as old school America knows, as far as NBC, ABC, CBS. Right. Skydance, Paramount owns CBS, Peacock is NBC, Disney is ABC.
Right.
So there is
CBS, Comedy Central, MTV, and Paramount Plus.
Yeah, so I mean, that immediately knocks out the CBS option, immediately knocks out the Paramount Plus option.
It doesn't knock out the CBS option. It just says they understand the value of the show and they're going to move it to fill a time slot, which is going to end up being winter of the season to take the Big Brother reindeer game, Celebrity Big Brother kind of timeline.
I guess. I just feel like if a show isn't hitting the numbers on a smaller channel, why would like bigwigs like that want to then be like, yeah, let's cancel it here, but let's move it to a bigger channel and hope for the best. You know, I don't know, but maybe that's just me. I don't know.
It's not like you're unsound logic.
If you guys are listening to this debate right now, comment down below. Let us know what you guys think. You know, what do you foresee for the challenge? Do you think that everybody's panicking for no reason, or are you getting a little nervous about this?
Well,
because I want to know what everybody thinks. So let us know.
With that being said, don't forget to check out our other channel, Hazed Reactions, where we talk about other things other than the challenge.
Yeah, come on over and check it out and let us know what you want us to recap or react to or talk about.
We got some plans.
Oh yeah,
we already got some plans.
We got lots of plans. So if you make a request, it's probably going to be a little minute, but
we got some stuff. Anyways, while we're here, let's talk about the challenge, season 41, episode 14. We have to boogie.
Mm-hmm.
Get rich or die trying.
Who said that? I want to know who said we have to boogie.
It sounds like TJ.
Was it? Nah, maybe.
Yeah, that's like some dad conversation. Like
that or somebody doing the daily.
Yeah.
See, I don't know why I don't know why I don't know why in my mind it's Theo at the club, but I don't know why. I don't know why. Like it's not even something that like logically I could see Theo saying, but some reason my brain is like, bitch, it was Theo and he was at the club. And I'm like, but why do you think that? You have to give me reasoning. And my brain's like, nah, I'm just going to tell you it's Theo at the club.
Does he carry this episode?
Maybe, because he's just...
Look, and no offense to anybody else on the show or this episode. I don't mean to say that you guys weren't interesting in your own way, but it's been the same fucking episode for 4 episodes in a row now. And Theo at least made it a little bit interesting at the nominations.
We were ready for something new to happen. That's for sure.
Again, yeah.
That's not the first time he's done that eliminations, and I love it. That's his spot.
Dude, I put him under pressure and he doesn't crack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's been nice, honestly. I've really enjoyed seeing like this, you know, quote unquote old Theo. I don't know. I just feel like we haven't seen like this side of him, this gamer side of him since exactly
War of the Worlds 2, Paul. Yeah.
I was gonna say since War of the Worlds 2. No, thank you. Because I was starting to search my brain. I was like, was it War of the Worlds 1 or War of the Worlds 2? And it worked out. And
it's the previous couple seasons we've seen him on after he came back from his sabbatical after his eye injury.
Yeah.
He was in such a place in the house that he was safe.
Right.
Like politically. So we didn't have to see this point.
Exactly.
Not to say that this part of Theo's ever disappeared or anything. It's just, it wasn't needed.
Yeah. We just haven't seen it for a while.
So getting into this episode, Theo and Olivia obviously want to shoot for Turbo and Sydney. That's the head of the snake, the way they think of it. It's not, but it's pretty close.
I'm curious, actually, though, that I'm curious because, they want to shoot at Turbo and Sydney. Michaela and Cedric want to shoot at Jeremy and Aviv. Mm-hmm. And my question is, if you were in this house, who would you want to shoot at?
Could I ask a question to refine the answer?
Sure.
When you speak of head of snake, are you meaning the head of an alliance or the toughest person in the team? Or the toughest person to beat in a limit or a finale?
That's a really good question. I'm just curious, like, how would you that's part of your strategy and approach, right? So like if you were in this episode right now playing in the game, who would be your number one?
What side of the house am I on?
You can pick in either side.
Well, because the head of the snake on one side of the house is different than the head of the snake on the other side of the house.
But I'm just saying, even if 2 snakes are fighting, one is always going to be fucking bigger.
Okay, so right now the biggest snake is the upstairs alliance, and I would want Michaela and Cedric on. They're the head of the snake. They're the one that's running the house from that side.
Okay. What do you think, Josh?
It's either Michaela or Olivia.
Yeah, it's those two on both sides.
Yeah, and my whole take on Olivia right now, and I had this whole long thing I was going to say, and then I'm like, wait a minute, she doesn't know she's pregnant. So I can't say that. I'm like, this is not the Olivia that we've expected to see. So I'm like thinking, is she playing down a little bit so somebody can come up and be like, I want a new teammate, and I don't want to be teammated with Olivia anymore. And I'm like, wait a minute, she's pregnant. Don't say shit like that. You're just going to look like an ass.
I have some thoughts on that actually, but I want to save those thoughts until we start getting into the daily. But I do actually have thoughts on what I think might be going on with Olivia in this later half of the season.
Just real quick, this is what, the third or fourth time now someone has gotten pregnant on the challenge and
not known it,
and production hasn't
doesn't test.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend is literally living in the fucking house. Why are we not doing pregnancy tests?
They're not even are you the one? They don't have a boom boom room. I mean,
yeah.
Well, and not only that, it's not like they're just going for a leisurely swim. Like we see in the next preview for the next episode, they're driving fucking vans and crashing them. It's not like this is safe shit.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I just want to say, I find it so funny because, obviously Olivia and Theo don't know that they're pregnant right now.
Yeah.
But production has edited the next time on when it shows Olivia crashing in the truck and the truck falling off the thing. You can hear Theo in the back, oh my God, my baby. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, production.
Yeah.
You don't know shit about that fucking baby. Please.
Yeah, no.
That's my other baby, not that baby.
Yeah.
And that's what that's probably what he meant. Oh my God, my girl, shit.
Yeah.
But I know how they're trying to frame it because they know we all know.
I want the Baywatch slow motion of Theo run into that car.
It's gonna happen.
Just dive in. He suddenly turns into what's that Emily? That Emily girl going super fast. I don't remember her last name. The girl from Australia or whatever that was in World Champs.
So this next part though, it's super uncomfortable because of what we learned last week with Turbo and Sydney, and Turbo hears Sydney struggling with her her mental health. And he's like, oh, you don't need a psychologist. You just need Turbo. And it's like, bro, back the fuck off.
Well, and here's my question. And obviously we'll never get the true answer for this unless Sydney eventually does a tell-all or something.
Yeah.
Was she, because I know that production has to make some sort of therapist or psychologist or something available to the cast. We've talked to Sarah Rice about this in interviews, and she's talked about it numerous times across various different interviews about how there is help available. It's in her opinion, not the proper help that everybody quite needs, but there is some sort of help. So my question is, was she legitimately talking to somebody about maybe talking to this psychologist, maybe needing to talk to this psychologist, and then Theo came in, or I'm sorry, not Theo, Turbo? Or was this just she was just sad and Turbo was making a joke, right? Either way, it's really fucked up once you know everything that's going on with them. But it really, to me, it would make it miles worse if she was actually talking about potentially needing to talk to somebody while in the house. And he came in and did this. Mind blown, dude. And the way it was framed, the way he approached her makes me think she was asking, she was, whether it was another cast member or production or whatever, that she may have been talking about hey, maybe I should sit down with the doctor and talk because I'm kind of struggling or whatever. I don't know.
And it's hard to take it out of context for what we know happened last week.
Yeah.
Because once you understand that, it's just this just has a bad look in general.
Yeah. It doesn't come off funny or playful, being playful with your teammate or being supportive, or it doesn't come off good at all when we know the truth. Had we not known the truth about what was going on with them behind the scenes, this would have probably been a really cute, quote unquote, funny little moment for them. But it just, that information changes everything about this whole moment, you know?
Yeah, like if this was like Devin filling down and Tori did that, different feeling behind it than Turbo doing it to Sydney after we just heard last week that he's telling her not to call her boyfriend or her dad and shit like that.
Like, that's nuts. Yeah, but like if Tori did it to Devin or something, we'd all laugh and we'd know that, you know, it was a joke and she's probably, you know, walking away to go behind the camera and start advocating for production to get him to see the doctor. You know what I mean? So it's like, but this, no, it literally felt like maybe she did want to talk to somebody and Turbo was legitimately talking her out of it, telling her, you're fine. And like just some of the comparisons that he made, he's like, have you ever woken up hungry? Have you ever woken up homeless? No, then there's nothing wrong with you. And it's like, dude, that's not okay. Like,
and look, I get it.
Everybody has their own struggles. Everybody has their own, you know, things that affect them mentally. And just because you didn't live like a hard life and she's a lawyer and grew up in Hollywood or whatever he said, LA or whatever, doesn't mean that she doesn't have shit going on up here. I don't know. Look at me fucking advocating for Sydney and I've been talking shit about her all damn season, but now I fucking feel bad for her. Like, damn.
Because you're a person and you care about people. When it comes down to it.
These are the breaks. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'm sorry I went on a rant.
No, I think you were right to because it's, you know, it's always good to advocate for mental health and seeking mental health and needing mental health has nothing necessarily to do with background. Now, background can definitely affect it, but everybody goes through day-to-day struggles and needs someone to talk to. So if you are struggling, make sure you go, you know, seek out the appropriate help. Okay.
Everything will be linked below.
Thank you. Anyways, let's get into this daily. It was called Rune Race. And I'm going to be honest, I like these kind of dailies where there's multiple checkpoints to unlock things to do one final puzzle.
Simple to understand.
Yeah.
Simple to follow. There's not like 17 steps. There's just like
it was 4. Cool to watch.
Yeah.
It wasn't boring. It played well on TV. I like these kind of dailies. They work for me.
I think yet again, I feel like perhaps they showed more of the daily than they really needed to. Like I didn't need to see every single person run and solve the math. And like,
it didn't bother me though.
I'm in that camp of the challenge could be 60 minutes. It doesn't need to be 90 and you're forcing it to be 90 by giving us additional scenes that we don't really fucking need, you know? So
yeah, they could have probably trimmed some fat on here. You're right.
My opinion.
The daily as a whole, I loved it. I mean, you had the mental toughness, you had to solve math, go into freezing cold water, and everybody seemed to handle the water temperature pretty well, except for Turbo, which
and Ashley.
Oh, and Ashley. Leo couldn't see.
Turbo does not deal with temperature change well at all.
Oh my gosh, no.
I'm from Turkey. We have water in Turkey. It's cold. I'm cold. I don't like cold.
I want to see him get cast on like an Icelandic fucking...
When they're in like Iceland or something.
Yeah, fuck.
That would be really funny.
Put him down at the fucking tip of South America where it gets cold as shit. Yeah, enjoy that, partner.
Look, it might just be my like absolute dislike for Turbo this season, but I just found it so freaking funny that Sydney was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna let Turbo do the math. He's a puzzle wizard."
No, he's not.
And then he fucking got the math wrong, and they had to go back out to the water numerous times. I was just like, "Yeah, since when is Turbo a puzzle wizard? I don't remember this. Maybe." I've blocked it out. I don't know.
He's not horrible, but he's not great.
One of the worlds, you know, when they had to solve the math one for the final lock before the long run, he solved that one pretty quick. And this one was similar to that. And he's already done something like this and won a championship because of it. So I thought he was good to go. Apparently not.
Well, with that being said, he gets a little bit of redemption.
Look, the biggest thing that I took away from this daily and goes back to circling back to what you were saying earlier. And I said that I wanted to talk about it a little during the daily is Theo, Olivia, Adrian, like all of them, they've all realized at this point that they can't win and they can't lose. They literally cannot because of the numbers. And I think that that's been going to the Olivia thing. I personally do think that the pregnancy is obviously affecting her, hormones and her body and everything. But I also think that this has been a strategy for Olivia and them for a minute. And it's just not quite being talked about. But I think that they have been playing the numbers strategy game for a minute. And my question is, with all of their smarts, why has Sydney, Michaela, Turbo, Jeremy, Aviv, Ashley, Leo, why have none of them put this together? Why are they all racing against each other for first place and then last place as well? And how have they not realized that if they do that, they're screwing themselves in the nominations? I don't get it. And the one that's honestly throwing me off the most is Sydney and Michaela, because they're both very smart. And Sydney is constantly talking about how brilliant she is in this game. And yet she's not. This alliance is working together, but they're not playing the actual number game. The only time they ever work together is when it comes to voting, but they don't plan for, it's blowing my mind.
Well, and that's the thing is, I'm surprised Michaela didn't call this out, because the numbers in the house. All right, we've got this many people, they've got this many people, right?
Yeah.
And Will's not going to push the issue to make Olivia vote Theo. It's never going to happen.
No.
So that vote doesn't count, even though Will is quote unquote working with you guys.
Right.
Just like as much as I forget his name right now, Anissa's partner. Jake wants Leo to vote with him. Ashley's never going to vote that way. So he has to go Ashley's way.
Yeah.
It's a loss. So you should see the numbers and know, hey, we can't win and we can't get last. Because if those two things happen, one of our numbers is going in automatically and we have no voting power.
Right.
Because right now it's an even vote of 3-3 on both sides. Because you've got Anissa's team, Olivia's team, Theo's team.
Yep.
And then on the other side,
whatever three teams don't win and don't lose. Yeah.
Don't lose. Yeah. So if that other side wins and loses, it's 3-on-3.
Yeah.
So they had to know the numbers.
It would have been more smart for them to hang back and let somebody else, let Theo and Adrian, or let Olivia and not Olivia and Will, because they did not do well.
Best case scenario for them was Olivia will lose and Theo, Adrian win.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly,
Anissa, Jake win.
If Michaela and Nani had hung back a little bit, Theo and Adrian, they could have, because Theo and Adrian came in third place and they weren't super far behind Nani and Justin. No. So, it just shocks me that there's so many smart people on this alliance, but they're not using the number strategy. And I don't understand why it's not clicking with them. Sorry, I know you have something to say. I'm just going to say this last thing really quick. I do think that for Michaela, one thing that has occurred to me, a possibility, is that Michaela doesn't give a fuck. She's not here for friends. She's not here for the alliance. As long as she's safe, she doesn't give a fuck if it messed up their numbers. So her winning today isn't as surprising to me. But it does still put her in danger moving forward. So it's kind of I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
Nope. I was just going to say something similar. Michaela's the black sheep of that alliance. She's kind of like the dark horse. She's like her own alliance within herself, her and her partner, but they're a part of that. And I'm sure that Michaela's got that notebook somewhere. She just needs to go back and reread it and be like, what the hell's going on? I'm sure it's got to click sometime. Theo is not the smartest person in the house.
Thank you.
But they're making him look like he's a freaking genius right now. And from, production doing their, they're foretelling very good. Theo, he's like, I prayed to the right God this time or something like that.
That's pretty funny.
Now that you said that, it's kind of making me think Michaela probably knew what was going to happen to a degree. She had to have. And she doesn't care because, like you said, it protects her. And she has said on previous, I think last episode, that she wanted Aviv and Jeremy to go.
Yes.
And that's more not because she doesn't like Aviv or Jeremy, but she knows Jeremy's a threat. And so are Aviv in the final.
Yeah, well, and she didn't like that they were getting so close to Ashley, too. Like, just as a three, they were always hanging out and talking in corners and hiding, and it made her nervous. I remember her talking about that last episode.
And I'm just making assumptions because I follow Michaela on social media. I don't talk with her or anything like that. But I think this is one of those seasons that kind of goes against, like, you know, kind of the scenario we built up in our heads of, like, Michaela's like only about the game, because she does really care for some of these people she was in the alliance with, and she's actually friends with, and she actually put up a really heartfelt post for Ashley after this.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I think it's very much like you said, it's when it's time to check in, kind of scenario.
Yeah.
Time to clock in. I got to do some work.
But with that being said, Theo called her out. He's like, loyal, but last episode you were talking about throwing Aviv and Jeremy in, and they're in your alliance. It's like, Theo, you're fucking killing it, bro. You're killing it.
Hilarious. Really quick, I also just want to say, if by some magical fucking chance, Theo and Adrian do not go into another elimination the rest of this season, and they make it to the final, I want his fucking psychic's number. Okay. Mm-hmm. That needs to be shared stat, Theo. Like, because that's absolutely insane. He's already went into 3 this season and won, right? And he's saying that he was told by his psychic that he would win 3 eliminations and make it to the final this season. So if that actually fucking happens, I'm just saying, like,
we're halfway there.
We need the number, okay? Well, we need the number.
I mean, like, let's be honest. It could happen because...
that's why I'm saying, we're so close to the final, and with the numbers dwindling down like this, and the fact that they're chipping away at that other alliance.
Well, the numbers are set. Yeah, if let's say Michaela Cedric win this again, then it's to the point where whatever alliance comes in last place is probably going against someone else in their alliance.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because the numbers are at that point. With that, so it's going to be interesting. It's really who wins.
Yeah.
With Michaela winning this, was this her 4th and their second one together?
Yeah,
but her 4th one this season.
Her 4th this season. She's a great competitor, dude.
She's fucking nuts, bro. She's nuts how good she is.
Whether you like Michaela or not, you cannot deny that she is a good competitor on this show. Mm-hmm. Bottom line, I mean, you can hate her gameplay or you can love her gameplay, whatever. But you can't fucking deny that she is an impeccable competitor, because she does this almost every season she's been on. She wins multiple dailies.
I'm not saying I
maintain that her first season on, the only reason they went home in that elimination was the height difference. If her and Corey Ray were more compatible in height, there was a better chance. But, that one would I forgot who they went up against. Devin. No, whatever.
I can't remember.
Actually, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I'd help you, but I literally have no recollection of that season. So it just went so fast because that was like around the time they started doing All Stars and all these like other things, and
our second interview
blends together.
Huey.
Okay.
Huey.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, but going back to Michaela, I mean, I'm not comparing her to this person, but it's kind of the sentiment is the same as you like or dislike Jordan. You can't deny how good he is, right?
Yeah,
Michaela's the same way. Like or dislike her, you can't deny that she's good. It's the same for Olivia with me.
Yeah.
You can hate Olivia all you want. You can't say she's not a good fucking competitor.
Yeah, exactly.
What weighs heavier on you? We're just comparing like Wes and Sarah and all them winning 5 eliminations, or Michaela when she possibly wins 5 dailies in a season. Which one do you think is better?
Personally,
it depends. Like, if for a season like this, it's winning and not being an option to go in. To me,
yeah, me personally.
This depends on the season. Then
I prioritize dailies more. I mean, and I hate to say it like that because it's like makes it sound like I don't prioritize elims. I do highly prioritize eliminations, but for me, I'll prioritize a daily win over an elim. One, because like Rick said, that keeps you safe from having to go into elimination, and that is the ultimate goal of the game, in my opinion, is to avoid elimination. Stay the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? But also, if you look at it this way, in an elimination, you're beating somebody one-on-one, right? But in a daily, you're beating the entire cast. You're beating numerous people at one time. And to me, that's a bit more impressive than just beating just one person one-on-one.
Yeah.
See, we're from a tough question to the best answer.
And that's why, to me, like seasons like Rivals 2, why I rank Emily so high is because her and Paula never saw a fucking elimination. CT and Wes.
They won like half the freaking dailies.
Yeah. And,
crazy.
And not to take anything away from, let's say, like Laurel, who did like, 3 or 4 eliminations on Free Agents.
Right, yeah.
Still a phenomenal season and one of the best ones we've ever seen played. I just favored daily wins a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, anyways, getting into the after the post daily, I don't know. It seems like once again we're in a lot of talk about shit that's not going to happen.
It's a lot of dead end fucking storylines, but I don't know. This part just kind of made me giggle because Ashley was up Anissa's ass earlier for thinking that she could, thinking she could beat people like Sydney and Dee, and how dare you even think that? And then as soon as she's in fucking eliminated, she's like, well, yeah, maybe we should put Turbo and Sydney in and I can take them out and we can get them out before the final. And I just wanted to be like, oh, how dare you believe in yourself, Ashley? How dare you think you could beat Sydney? You have no chance. Like, it just was like so ironic to me. Like, girl, it
was meant to be.
It just blew my freaking mind. And then for me, this whole post daily part was literally just irony, because from there we go outside with Turbo and Sydney laying on one of those little bed things. And Turbo's talking about how Sydney needs to shut the fuck up because people are always listening, right? And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, bro, you have done more damage to both you and Sydney with your public fucking mouth at nominations and around the house than she's done with just talking her shit, talking about how good she is around the house. Like, you have done more damage to the two of you than she has done. So just shush, okay? You are in no place to be giving advice to Sydney about what she should be talking about and who she should be talking to. Like,
when did Turbo start thinking he had a social game? Like if it's not for Nani, bro, you never make it past the 4th episode.
And he said that too. So it's like he knows it, but he won't acknowledge it. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Like, don't take social advice from Theo. Or I'm sorry, Jesus criminy.
From Turbo.
I can't talk tonight, guys. I should not be recording from Turbo.
From this point, though, we do get into the club scene. Which isn't a club seat at all. It's just people sitting around tables bullshitting. Turbo and Sydney sitting in the corner. Sydney desperately wanting to socialize with someone, but being stuck next to Turbo playing with his fucking bracelet.
That's probably when he was teaching her fucking Turkish, because she knew like a whole phrase at the start of the elimination. I was like,
I feel like she might just know Turkish.
Think?
She strikes me as a person that is well learned.
I feel like he taught her.
He probably did
whatever he wanted her to say in that moment.
I learned 2 Turkish phrases back in 1996, and I forgot them both. That's all because we visited there when I was in the Navy.
It was probably where's the beer.
So I do have a question about the club scene, though. I'm curious, what do you guys think about Leo's decision to not name anybody that he would want to see down in elimination? Like, what do you guys think about this approach, this strategy?
I kind of liked Ashley's views on it. I agree with her, and that's hard to say. But she's just like, oh my God, it's like thinking like an OG. But he had a very positive outlook on it. It's like, I don't want to say anybody. I don't want to show my cards. I don't want to be here like this. It's just like, whatever happens, happens. I'm going to send them home kind of attitude. And I kind of liked it.
I agree. And I agree. I also understand why Olivia is fishing for information.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for any types of fissures they can find in that alliance to try to break it up even more than they can. I do like Leo's approach on this. Any answer he gave was not going to be a good answer for him long run. Not that it mattered. He was going in regardless, but I think he played it right. I agree with Ashley.
Yeah, I can see that. I think I just view it differently because one, we're at a point in the game where everybody knows where you stand, bro. It's not a fucking secret what alliance you're with. And I just think it would have been absolutely just like the most G'd up rookie thing to do to look Olivia in the eye and say, I want Theo. Now what?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that would have been so fucking
that would have been super gangster. Yeah.
And I also just like, for me, when I see people do this, my immediate thought is, it's not about that. My immediate thought is, you're just nervous to say somebody's name in case you lose. You don't want to look like a jackass who called somebody out and then lost to them. And I get that. That part of the ego. I totally get it. But it's just like, I don't know. I think I just wish, I don't think he did it wrong, but I think I just wish Leo did something else in this moment and just like 10 toes down, just looked her dead in the eye and was just like, I want Theo.
That would have been iconic.
Now what?
Question
like,
though.
It would have been so good, right?
Yeah,
that would have
really
been great
good.
fucking TV.
Question. What happens if he said, I just don't want to go against Jake?
Yeah. I mean, that's an answer, you know? But that's also a dumb answer because obviously, like, Olivia and them aren't going to send anything.
But it's actually it's a good answer for their alliance.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? I just don't want to go against Jake. Anyone else, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I think, yes, better TV would have been, I want to go against Theo.
I just think it would have been so iconic. It would have just made great TV. And
so, dude, that moment with I guess, are we still talking about the club?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to move on for the next scene.
Yeah, go for
it. With Jake and Leo. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, you hear them on screen become really good friends and they actually say, I love you and I love you. And I was just like, dude, that moment right there was awesome. I loved it. And it was just like, dude, how many times do I tell Rick that I love him? And it's like almost a daily basis. Every time I talk to him, like, I love you. Good sleep. Oh, I'm in your dreams too? I wasn't going to say it, but.
Here's the thing that people don't quite understand about Rick is he is a sensitive guy. He can do emotions, but sometimes it just gets too much for him and he's got to make a joke. He's got to turn it into a fucking joke. Okay. And I deal with this all the fucking time. Like,
it's because you guys are all fucking sensitive around here. You're just a bunch of fucking sensitive.
Well, I'm sorry that we love you.
Sensitive Sallies.
Sorry, we love you and we think you're awesome. No,
Jesus.
No, it definitely was very much watching their relationship kind of evolve. I don't know if they were friends before this season or if they met on this season, but just kind of watching their friendship evolve on the season. Very much giving me like Corey Nelson type vibes. Like they just seem like they've gotten really close and they're not really like Corey and Nelson first season vibes, right? Like they're not really able to work together, but they really want to, and they keep trying to find a way to. And it's, so I hope they stay friends.
It's funny that you said Corey Nelson because, I actually did call him her little young buck.
Yeah, she did. That's pretty funny.
So when we were watching this next part, I totally misunderstood because I thought Adrian, when she was talking to Aviv, was saying it's going to be one of the three of us. And so the votes were going to go 2-2-2.
No.
But she really did explain what the plan was. And Aviv just didn't pick it up I didn't pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. Aviv took it the way you took it. And so did Jeremy. But Adrian was literally telling them, look, it's either going to be everybody voting for you guys or everybody voting for Turbo and Sydney. And if you hop on the train and you vote for Turbo and Sydney, then, there's not going to be a coin toss and we won't vote for you kind of thing. And Aviv did not like this. She did not like feeling threatened. And I think that immediately closed her off to what Adrian was saying. And if she had stayed open for just a little bit longer, I think she would have gotten a better idea of what Aviv was what Adrian was trying to tell her.
Absolutely.
And say to her.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, the same exact thing happened at nominations between Theo and Nani. Nani
100%.
heard the opening line and immediately closed down and didn't think things all the way through. And I think that same thing happened here with Aviv. She even says, I don't like feeling threatened.
Well, and here's my thing. This is why Devin is missing from this season because none of these fucking vets can actually negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
They act on ego and how they feel instead of what is the best move.
Yep.
They don't like, and when I say vets, I'm not saying every single one. Like, I think Michaela is one of the few that can actually analyze and make an informed decision.
Yeah.
But Nani wasn't smart about this. Adrian going to Aviv could have easily made a really easy move and put Sydney and Turbo in and set her and Jeremy up for success long-term by being on both sides with nobody fucking knowing.
Exactly. And my thing is like, I get that, you know, if Jeremy and Aviv had like stood up and voted for Sydney and Turbo, or if, you know, Nani and Justin did, or I understand there's a potential for blowback in down the line, right? Like if Sydney and Turbo had win the elimination and they come back in the house and they're mad at you, I get it. But we're so freaking close to the end that if you don't plan on, I think Theo said it. If you plan on running against Turbo in a final, Turbo and Sydney in a final, you're going to be running for second or third. So if you want to avoid that, now is the fucking time. Now is the time. And I hate to say it this way, Miss Sydney and everybody else on that side of the alliance, but now is the time to stop baby jacking each other. Okay. And fucking send your friends in that are better than you and get them out. Like
there's one Turbo will never throw Nani in.
No.
But Sydney doesn't need to be worried about Nani. Sydney and Turbo should be worried about Michaela and Cedric, just like Michaela and Cedric should be worried about Sydney and Turbo.
And Jeremy and Aviv.
And Jeremy and Aviv should be afraid of those three.
Yes.
And they should all be afraid of Olivia and Will. And I think Theo and Adrian are dark horses to pull a second or third if they make it.
I mean, that would be crazy.
But here's my thing is, when we get to the house deliberations, I mean, real quick, Turbo's really sick because he spent too long in a 60-degree puddle. It's not because the water was cold. It's because he swallowed some of that dirty ass water and got sick is what happened. Or
that what happened?
Or he caught a cold. I mean, it wasn't, you don't get sick because you're in cold water. That's not how it works. You get sick from bacteria and viruses. Let's grow up, people.
I mean,
let's grow up a little bit. I'm sorry. Anyways, we get into house deliberations. Aviv and Sydney talk about how Adrian was looking desperate and weak in the club, trying to convince them, when really she was showing them that you guys are on the bottom of the total pole. No matter what, you might as well come to this side and at least get some respect at it.
Literally, like I don't know. My thing is it's like, at least she's fucking doing something. First of all, like hearing this come from Aviv of all people, which I literally have no problem with. But like, who even are you this season? Like, where have you been all fucking season long? Like, you just pop up out of nowhere and you're like, hey, why is she doing this? She looks dumb and weak. And I'm like, at least she's doing something. Shit.
But here's my thing is, you guys are vets and you don't look at the numbers of who's voting who. Like, once we got to the part where Theo started talking to Sydney in the kitchen, and I realized what the numbers was, I was like, oh, I know what his play is. Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. I'm sorry, Josh.
No, you're good. Now, I have a lot of respect for Aviv. I've met her in person in Seattle at Mania.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, she won on what season of hers?
Fresh meat. Her first
season.
Yeah.
Exactly. She needs to remember she won as a rookie. Rookies are real freaking threats. They're not just going to come on and act like, all right, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have an opinion. She was a rookie once. She won. She should be in that same situation and understandably like, all right, well, maybe she's actually trying to do something. I've been in her shoes before, but no, she doesn't.
Real quick, how many seasons do you have to do before you're not considered a rookie traditionally as a challenger?
We've had this discussion.
But in previous, it's 3 seasons, right? Could you let me know what season this is for Aviv? Okay, then.
Yeah, no, so, exactly. Well, and just kind of feeding off of Josh's point, not only did she win her rookie season, but she won her rookie season in this exact same format. A rookie paired with a vet.
Yep.
So like her underestimating the rookies and underestimating Adrian and just like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing because she's a rookie. She's just, no, man, she was fucking laying out what was going to happen for you. And she literally laid it out on a platter for you and you ignored her because you underestimate her simply based off the fact that she's a rookie. Even though, in my opinion, Adrian has more than proved herself in the strategy side of the game, the competition side of the game. She has outperformed what I thought I expected of her. You know what I mean? Am I saying she's like the top competitor out there? Of course not. But is she like doing way better than I fucking thought she would? Absolutely. You know what I mean? And kicking ass in elimination. So I agree with you. And like I said, I'm just glad because like we said, these last few episodes have just been a copy paste of each other. And Theo and Adrian spiced this up by trying to make something happen. So just bravo for them for at least trying to do something and make this different, change it up, throw the numbers off, throw the balance off in the game. Just do something, you know?
Not everything's an insult to your ego. Sometimes it's a homie hookup.
Yeah. And here's my question. Was Theo right to hit Nani right at vote, or do you think it would have been more successful if he would have went to her and said, here's the situation, the vote is going to tie between Sydney and Turbo and whoever your side puts in, unless you agree to vote Aviv and Jeremy, that's a guarantee to keep Turbo out.
Look, go ahead, you can go first.
Like they say in comedy, timing is everything. That was a fucking moment and I loved it. To hit her like that right there in front of everybody, dude, I loved it.
No, I'm not questioning if you loved it. I'm questioning, would have it been more successful here instead of leaving it to a coin toss to guarantee your safety this week if Theo goes to Nani beforehand?
No, she would have listened.
Exactly. I personally think I think the biggest thing that I took away from, especially watching this episode a couple times, because I did actually do like a full genuine rewatch of this one. I don't think that God damn it, if I flip these two's name one more time, okay? Stop. If Theo, I don't think that Theo's ultimate goal with this was to change the outcome. I don't think that his goal was to change the coin flip. I don't think that his goal was to get out of elimination. I think that his goal with this was to just put Nani on the spot, put fucking pressure on her and her alliance and make her choose in front of everybody.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. It was more about creating cracks in their alliance than it was about changing the outcome of the elimination, because he was sat there like he didn't give a fuck. He was ready to go into elimination. He was like, look, I know I'm going in. Like he was prepared for that coin to land on him. He was fully prepared for that in my mind. That's how I viewed it. I think his purpose was to put pressure on Nani because he knows how well connected she is, and to put her on the spot like that and make her choose in front of everybody. You know what I mean? And then look what happened. She ended up looking like a fucking jackass. And I know Turbo is fine with it, but at the end of the day, she fucked that up. Nani could have saved Turbo, and instead she let her ego get in the way, and she voted based off ego and not strategy.
Then she contradicted herself when she talked with Theo and then went right to Turbo and said the exact opposite. Like, my decision doesn't make me feel like a bad friend or whatever. And then she goes to Turbo and goes, I feel like a bad friend. Like I didn't do anything right. I just really don't feel like that. Turbo, if it was switched, Turbo would have jumped on the grenade.
Honestly, to me, the Turbo conversation with Nani, for me, those were crocodile tears. She wanted Turbo to tell her it was okay because she realized that she fucked it up and she felt guilty. And that the feeling of realizing she fucked up and she felt guilty is what caused her to go and start yelling at Theo like he did something wrong. I was like, what? And she's like, I don't like the way he's going about this. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Nani? You're a vet in this game. You know how this goes. Like you're acting like a fucking newbie. And I'm shocked. Like, you've played the game with bananas of all fucking people, okay? Like, the most manipulative, like, twist the game to wrap around his finger type of guy that he possibly could be on this show. And you're shocked because Theo put you on the spot at a nomination ceremony to pick between your two alliance members? Like, what? I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, I am thankful that he didn't go to her in the beginning and talk to her.
Same.
It made for better TV this way. And I agree with Josh. I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. She thought with ego. It really felt like none of them realized they didn't have the numbers before they got down to noms.
Yeah.
And it's like, because Michaela win, did you guys not consult with her or something? I don't understand.
It's crazy.
Did Jeremy and Aviv not go, oh, Anissa, Olivia, Theo, that's one alliance. And then us voting with Nani and then Sydney and Turbo, that's 3. That's an even split. We have to make a deciding. Like, nobody fucking thought of this except for Adrian and Theo.
Yeah, exactly.
Not possible.
Now, the last thing that I will add into this before we move on is that I will say that it has occurred to me, just for anybody who's trying to hop in the comments right now, it has occurred to me that like Michaela and Cedric, Jeremy and Aviv, and I don't think Nani and Justin would fit into this because Nani is just like, anyway, she's so close to Turbo. But it's very possible that the first 2 teams knew what was going to happen and decided to like play stupid because this puts Turbo and Sydney in the line of fire, and they don't necessarily have to be the bad people voting for their own member.
Yeah, that's
and
very
so let's
true.
just be quiet and just see what happens. And if they happen to go in and go home, all the better for us. And if they don't, at least we didn't vote for that.
No, that is very true.
So
yeah.
I will give that to Jeremy and Aviv and to Michaela and Cedric that but I don't know, man. I just feel like I don't know. Something in me is telling me that they didn't realize it in time, but I don't know.
But that conversation with Aviv and Anissa, when Anissa clearly swallows, Aviv should have like clicked on everything.
Aviv is still a rookie.
Yeah. Yeah, she is, and she does play like one sometimes. I will definitely
look and not to be mean to Aviv. I like Aviv.
I
really enjoy her. I
think she's great. She's funny when we do get time with her. But she's beautiful. I love, but
you did a season in 2005, and then you haven't done one again till 2024.
Yeah,
like that's damn near 20 years off. Like Bananas has had a whole fucking career in that time that you've been away from the challenge.
Yeah.
We've seen CT's full story arc. Like
Derek K had a child that is now almost a fucking adult. In the time that you've been gone.
We've seen Leroy retire and unretire.
And have multiple kids. It's like crazy.
So that's where it makes it hard for me to say, oh, Aviv knew and was okay with it. I don't think she realized. Nani did not realize. Well, I think Michaela did realize and didn't say shit because she knows it's good. She was safe and it's good for her in the final.
I'm wondering if Michaela realized and told Jeremy and Aviv, just shut the fuck up and vote Theo. Don't worry about saving Sydney and Turbo. Let what happens happen. Like I don't think maybe they realize it themselves, but it makes me wonder if those 2 teams were just like. I
don't think so because Michaela last week said she wanted Aviv and Jeremy out.
I know. But I'm just saying this is still an opportunity. It is. My point is that I'm not taking away the possibility that Michaela and Cedric and Jeremy and Aviv may have just decided to just shush it. I don't think that's what happened, but I'm not taking away the possibility that it could have. That's all I wanted to
say. The moment TJ said heads or tails or heads Theo, I knew Theo wasn't going in.
Well, we already talked about, because there's 2 more things I want to bring up, and I thought they were hilarious. One of which we already did, which was Nani's additional conversation with Theo.
Jesus.
Fucking great. But my favorite part of this whole next scene was after the nominations when Olivia and Theo's group were all in there fucking dancing, geeking out. And then the other teams walk in and they just stop. And then they pass around.
What was that trend? What was the name of that?
So good.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
See, I've been thinking about that ever since I watched that scene, and that's all I could think of. I went to go. I should have gone to Google, but that's all it reminded me of. And I was just like, oh.
Well, and kind of going back to just touching a little bit on what you just said a minute ago, Josh, about the coin flip. And as soon as TJ said Theo was going to be heads and Turbo was going to be tails, you were like, oh, I know it's going to be Turbo. As the cast is walking away from the nomination seating area outside, Cedric says, damn, that coin really loves tails. And it just makes me fucking hate these coin flips. Like, because now I'm questioning shit.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
the fact that if you coin flip, it's not what's it? More times it's going to land on tails than his heads, because tails or heads, whatever is the heavier side or whatever.
No, what it is majority of people, when they flip a coin, they have heads up, right? And the coin is more likely to land on the side it's flipped. So if you have heads up, it's more likely to land heads. Okay. If you have tails up, it's more likely to land tails.
Well, I'm just saying, I know I'm like paranoid conspiracy girl here, but like, I'm just saying that they have weighted dice. Why couldn't they have weighted fucking coins that go to tails every time? Like, you know what I mean? That's a thing. Okay.
They don't show the coin every episode. They could just bring in a coin that's both tails on both sides.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, we don't know.
I'm so paranoid that now that the cast is mentioning it in the show, and then I'm like, but then why would production leave that in if it was shady? Why would they leave that? They decided to leave that in, but then I'm like, but maybe they're trying to pull a double bluff on us. Maybe it is a bad, like, I'm all fucked up now. That one line, the one line that Cedric dropped, got me all fucked up now.
You're all hopped up on Monster and Mountain Dew.
Jesus.
Gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
I actually have
like a spider monkey.
I know you do.
That line actually does hit.
I'm hooked up on Mountain Rush.
I have been drinking Mountain Dew for the last 24 hours, so that's
Josh is drinking its poor second cousin, Mountain Rush.
Hey, times are tough.
Look, man, we got it free because we had to get pizza. Tatum had a sleepover for Halloween, and they were like, oh, you spent more than $25. You get a free 2-liter. I was like, give me that Mountain Dew. You're in here.
All right. Hey, I don't want to break down this whole elimination. I just want your guys' opinions. It reminded me of the one from War of the Worlds 2 with Kyle, which I really liked. I forget who was it, Kyle against Theo, where they had to run out, grab stuff, and come back in.
I don't know.
Well, we'll do the research and maybe you can post it here. But
maybe we'll see, guys. We'll see how I feel.
Yeah.
If it's up on the screen showing right now, that means that I felt good. And if it's not, then that means fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
What it really means is
it means I got busy and I'm not doing it.
With that being said, it also means we have access to seasons that you don't. But hit us up to know more about that.
Message the Instagram, please. Don't message Facebook. We'll never see it. Don't message fucking Twitter or TikTok. We will never see it. Just message Instagram. Okay. Don't comment below. I don't read these comments. I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. I don't read that shit. Message us on Instagram if you want.
I think the only one of us that's active on Twitter is me.
Yeah, you're the only one.
I don't do Twitter, X, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
So this elimination, they have to run, grab Campbell's brain back, lifts the girls up. They grab fucking numbers, and then they have to solve a puzzle. I really like this elimination. Once again, not super complicated, pretty simple to understand, and it is a 2-part theme. There's an equalizer. Just because you're not as good on the stamina doesn't mean you're not going to be as good on the puzzle, right?
That's fair.
So I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a well-played elimination. The only thing I'm upset about is the results.
That's fair. I liked the elimination. I think it was fine. I wasn't like thrilled over it or anything. I feel like we've seen so many different variations of this type of elimination.
For sure. But it's solid.
That it's almost like the ones that we've seen in the past were more exciting though. Like what they had the person on the wall doing. Mm-hmm. It was just it just that part. It didn't. The full elimination didn't really land. Didn't really hit with me. But I like the concept. I like these eliminations. I just like that. I disliked that one partner could completely get away with literally doing nothing but fucking, you know what I mean?
I agree with you on that.
Because like if Ashley was right about that, how to do that puzzle, she wouldn't by the time, because it takes so long for them to get down. Did you guys notice how fucking slow that thing moved and how long it took for the climbing partner to actually get to the bottom? So I'm like, if she had actually been right about how to do that puzzle, it would have been done before she even got to the fucking ground, you know? So I don't know. I would have liked if there was like another step where like only the climber had one thing that they could, you know, the runner does the cannonballs and then the climber gets down and then the climber has to do something and then they do the puzzle together. I just think it would have made it a little bit more exciting adding in that other step. But overall, I thought it was fine. I hated the results. I really would have rathered see Turbo and Sydney leave, obviously. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not like heartbroken to see Ashley go, but I am a little bummed to see Leo go. Yeah. I actually really did like him a lot this season. So,
you know what would have been cool is with the cannonballs, as they dropped them, instead of lifting the girls up, if it lifted up like a trap door so they could climb up and get that piece out or something like that. Like Legends of the Hidden Temple style.
Like a little ladder starts coming up or something.
Or even just the trap doors, like you can't get through it and you have to move a certain amount of cannonballs to unlock it and it lifts up at that point.
Right.
You know, just anything instead of just...
Yeah.
Right? I feel bad. I'm just sitting here.
Well, and I'm just saying, like, you know, we've seen, like, for example, the one that comes straight to mind, and I can't remember who she was partnered with. Could have been Theo for all I know. But I remember that Cara was in the elimination and she was on the wall. And it was like this thing where like they were like tethered together. So to get your partner up the wall, one partner had to run backwards, you know, and like hold their weight in the sand while they looked at the puzzles and the numbers up top. And then they had to let them down and then work on the puzzle together. Like I would have liked that more than the cannonball thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's more like, I just felt like the other person literally, even Sydney said, she was like, I feel bad because I'm literally doing nothing. I'm useless. Like, so
it's okay. It's what Turbo does in a social game. So you pull the weight there.
But Leo, man, props to him because he absolutely smashed Turbo in that run.
Yeah.
Absolutely killed him. He was up by like 2.
He was gassed too.
I think TJ ended up seeing it was like by 3 or 4.
It might have been more. I know he lapped him though.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
What'd you think about Anissa going to Ashley to try and help and give her the wrong answer?
I think
it's gotta be 20 or 21.
So dumb.
Anissa, you've played this game long enough.
Yeah. No, but I don't blame her because she's right. Running against Ashley and Theo is going to be more beneficial to them than running against Sydney and Turbo.
Exactly.
So why not?
Yeah.
You know, even though she's miserable to be around in the house, why, you know, I'd rather run against her so I can deal with her fucking bitchiness for a few more weeks if it means I have a better option at winning. So I get that part.
How dare Anissa think she can beat Ashley?
I know, right? How dare she think that? There's one last thing that I just wanted to address really quick because it has absolutely blown my mind and I'm having a hard time like putting it all together. But I've seen so many freaking comments, posts in Facebook groups, all these crazy things about fans being mad. Okay, being mad because the fans of this show got to find something to be fucking mad about. But there are fans that are mad that the challengers were not given instructions on how to complete the puzzle. And I was sitting here thinking,
it gives them the answer.
Figuring out how to do the puzzle is the puzzle. The math is not the fucking puzzle. Like how fucking just guys,
they've done this same puzzle multiple times this season. I can think of it 4 times in the last 3 seasons they've done this puzzle.
I do love how one answer was 11 and the other one was 13. So you couldn't cheat if you wanted to.
Agree.
Yeah.
But that was like the one thing that I really noticed that stood out that I really liked about the elimination was the answers were different.
Yes.
And it gave them an opportunity to play a game, but like a different game within the game sort of thing.
As soon as I saw that the center number was already there and they just had to build the triangle outside, I was like, oh, all three sides have to match that number. I know what it is.
I thought that actually, because I saw her see the thing where it was like blop, blop, and blop, right? That's what she thought it was going to be.
I was like, no.
And as soon as she got down, as soon as they pulled that disc and there was a number there, I knew it was the outsides, like a triangle. And I was like, oh, as soon as Ashley looks down or gets like down close enough to that puzzle to actually see it, it's gonna click for her, right? What happened? Like, blew my freaking mind that she did. She was so convinced that she had the puzzle figured out that she didn't even consider that she was doing it wrong.
She lost her puzzle queen status this season.
I think so.
The moment she said she had it though and knew it, I was just like, yes.
Same.
Then I was like, no.
Exactly, bro. I watched that and she's like, oh, I got this. And then she explained her strategy. I was like, you don't got this, bitch.
Yeah,
you don't got it.
That's not right, Ashley.
And then
I'm like, I got the Sudoku one down. I got this. I'm like, yes, let's go.
Ashley just puzzle game was not there this season.
No, it was not. And it's not her thing.
I mean, and I get it. We all have our off seasons. This just wasn't hers for puzzles. I mean, with that being said, you change that. She does good at puzzles. She's still in the game and she probably wins 2 or 3 dailies.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's very true. Yeah, I agree.
The next time on looked pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, I know we kind of already talked about it with like the Olivia and the Theo thing and not my baby.
Yeah.
But I also just want to say, and I know it gets harder as like time goes on. But like the foreshadowing is getting worse the more episodes we get. We didn't really address it, but like in the very beginning of the episode, there's like a scene where Nani is sitting talking to Aviv, and she specifically says to Aviv, like, oh, there's nothing they could do to make me turn on Turbo. And immediately I was like, okay, so Nani's going to have to pick between Aviv and Turbo. Duh. Why else would you show me this scene? Like, and I feel the same about this next time on because it shows Nani and Anissa talking, and Nani's like, hey, dude, you made your own bed. Now lie in it. And I'm like, okay, so Anissa is getting voted in next episode. And I would fucking put money on that right now. I would put money. She doesn't get last. She's going to get voted in. That's what's going to happen because, you know, that's that. Yeah. So
I wonder who gets last.
I wonder, it's got to be somebody from their side.
Anissa's side or
Anissa's side. So it's going to maybe Theo or Olivia and Will. I don't know. Ooh. Maybe Olivia and Will try to stake and I don't know, man.
Maybe Olivia's long-term plan of not fucking trying to win everything
backfires on her and she ends up losing. It's, you know, I don't know. And maybe Anissa does come in last, and like maybe that conversation's like Anissa asking for someone specific and Nani's like, no, man, you haven't been working with us. You made your bed. Now you got to lie in it. But it just feels like Anissa asking Nani, don't vote for me. And a Nani saying, too fucking bad. You haven't worked with me all season. Go fuck yourself. That's the vibe I got. Yeah. So again, it just makes me, it's like, why spoil that moment? Why spoil that in the next time on? Show me something funny. Show me another scene from the daily. Show me, you know, everybody fucking bagging that ass up in the club. Like, show me something, because the thing is your next time on, okay, here, look, dear production, your next time on is not what makes us watch the fucking show. If we're going to watch the show, we're going to watch the show no matter what you put in the next time on. So just put funny, fun shit in there, light shit that's not going to give away what happens. Like, I don't know. Because then the crash with Olivia. Now I feel like Olivia and Will come in last. Anissa and Jake are going to get voted in because they're going to do the whole, let's put the best friends against each other thing. That's literally what I feel like is going to happen. So anyway.
Is that the theme for Olivia now?
Fuck.
Well, I mean, they're going to do it. They haven't done it all season. We're going to get it.
Oh, yeah. You know, so I don't know. I just feel like they kill a lot of the episode with these next time ons. Anyway, rant over. You go ahead. Sorry.
During the voting process, what would you think if we ever get like a Zach and Amanda type of thing when they go to vote and be like, all right, well, we're going to say Anissa. And they're like, whoa, well, no, I want to say this. And the partners can't agree after they've already done the stake the claim thing.
That'd be interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
It's just food for thought.
Yeah. No, I've wondered about that all season. Like, what happens if the partners don't agree on who they're going to vote for?
They're waiting for it.
You know, because they don't count as 2 votes. They count as 1. So I don't know. But that's interesting.
All right. Before we wrap this up, who's your guys' MVP and LVP?
Oh, easy. Easy. MVP goes to Theo and Adrian. They had a plan. They executed it, and it fucking worked out. Grant, they didn't get rid of Turbo and Theo, or Turbo and Sydney. Now I'm switching Theo and Sydney's name. I don't know what's happening. But they avoided elimination. They got a week off, and they caused some freaking drama, some controversy. They stirred it up. They tipped the balance, you know, in the house, and I'm here for it. So, and then LVP always goes to Turbo.
Fair. Josh, who you got?
I just want to echo that. that was like perfect. I was gonna go with I was gonna say Michaela, and for like winning the 4th, and you know that's like the honorable mention.
That's a good one too.
That's the honorable mention. You know, your 4th. Congrats, great fucking job. You're like top of it. Right
badass.
Now.
Yeah.
But, you know the Theo and Adrian thing, and then watching it work out, and watching all the house talk be around it, dude. That was just key for the episode, and made it this late in the game to see something like that happen and actually come true.
Yeah,
that was pretty fucking awesome.
Well, and just like as soon as that coin landed on tails, the whole cast was quiet, and you just hear Adrian go. And I loved it so much. I was like, yes, I love that. That was so petty, and I loved every second. And I hope that laughter rang so loud through that freaking balcony area. I hope it just echoed.
I'm gonna do a little bit different. I'm gonna go MVP for the women is Michaela, MVP for the men is Theo.
Nice.
Honorable mention to Cedric and Adrian. Agreed, Turbo's LVP.
I like it.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps up our episode recap of, what is this, number 14? Probably got about 5 or 6 more to go. And with that being said, that means only 5 or 6 more episodes of Challenge Roundtable recaps.
I know. I do want to say though, can I just a little?
Yeah, go ahead.
I do want to say, look, I know some of you, like, we've been getting a ton of messages. I know some of you are a little quote unquote sad. I don't want to say sad like we're anything like super special, but some of you are a little upset that we are taking off and shutting down CFP. And I'm really sorry about that. We have our reasons, and we took a long time, guys. Like, we have been thinking about this for over a year. Okay. So there's really not any changing of minds here, but we do have a massive going away present for you guys because we just love you guys so much.
Yeah.
So we are going to have a massive going away package for you all. So if for some reason you're not subscribed or you're not following us on Instagram, change that. You're going to want to be around, especially here in the next 5 to 6 weeks. We promise. So make sure you hit that follow button, subscribe, go follow us on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Turn your notifications on because you guys are not going to want to miss that package.
Mm-hmm.
Do not cue the Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday music just yet.
No. And look, I'm going to be honest. We put 4 years into this podcast, 4 years of work, and really more than anybody, Karina, grinding. Our first year, we did over 70 episodes, half of which were fucking interviews. Like, we grinded. And we did the math, and we've covered in 4 years 16 seasons of the challenge, whether it be all-stars, international, or flagship.
Yeah. So in OG years, right? In OG form, that's 16 years worth of talking about the challenge that we just did in 4.
Yeah.
We're tired, guys.
And like Karina said, we are going to give you guys one hell of a going away present.
Yeah, and we're not disappearing forever, guys. No. We have our other channel. We will be doing some challenge stuff there. We're just not going to promise that we're going to do everything challenge. It's just going to depend on how good the season is.
There will be everything us. So.
But we're going to be doing a lot of other stuff. And I know that like we're doing Taylor stuff over there now. And maybe you're not into that or you're not into Kendrick. But like even reality TV, like when Traders comes back, we are 1,100 million billion% covering that season because I am so excited.
Oh, yes. Big Traders guy here.
We're big trader guys here.
Yeah, big Traders guys.
Anyway, just go follow us on Hayes Reactions. Also follow us here. Turn your notifications on. Keep an eye out. And if you have any ideas for like other reality shows, competition shows, anything like that, let us know.
Yeah. Like I said, go follow us. Hayes Reactions. YouTube, Instagram. Do it.
It's probably somewhere, a little card clicky thing. Find it. Click it. Click it.
Anyways, for myself, Ricky Hayes, my beautiful wife, Karina Hayes, and Josh motherfucking Chambers. We want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. And like I said, stay tuned. Ooh. Spooky season, bitch. Big Friday the 13th guy.
Big Friday the 13th guy. Yeah.
Except for when you put the wrong music on it on Instagram and you look like a dumbass.
Anyway, okay. Love you guys. Bye.
Deuce, motherfucker.
See ya.